Hey everybody, sorry it's been a while, but I do have a bunch more questions. So the next one was, um, what are 5 things that I hate about my situation? And that's hard because there would be more than 5, I guess. Aside from the most obvious, which would be not being able to walk or use my hands, I would have to say just my independence as a whole. Not being able to pick up and go when I want like I used to. Um, you know, simple as running to the store or going to see somebody or going up to the cabin for the weekend, which I used to love to do all the time. So independence is definitely one. Driving. Miss driving my car so much. I'm not a big car person. It's like going driving fast and being one of those stupid people on the highway, but I just miss driving. Nothing would be better than be able to drive my car and just listen to music with the windows down and just go for a pointless drive to anywhere. That'd be fantastic. And these aren't necessarily in order, but just trying to think of things. And I held off answering these questions because I was trying to jot them down. Obviously not jot them down, but kind of type them or speak them in Notepad. But I figured the best way was just to go at it like this. So it might be all over the place, but my third thing that I hate about my situation is misconceptions that people have towards myself and other people in my condition that I would have never noticed had I not been in this condition. And you can know, if you see my past videos, you know what those are, but it's just a shame how much people assume rather than take into consideration your situation or ask questions. Next would be not being able to have physical contact with people, really. I mean, I haven't hugged my parents. Oh, close. Alright. I haven't hugged my parents in a year and a half. Or my grandparents, or my aunt, uncle, cousins, niece, nephew. My nephew's been born. Or not nephew. Yeah. Well, technically they're not my nephew or niece, but they're my cousin's babies and they call me uncle, so. My nephew was born after my accident, so I've never had the chance to hold him. And that's sad. Just not being able to do that, interact with people physically. That's a big part of relationships, And having, a girlfriend and not being able to hold her hand or put your arm around her, it's tough. And it's definitely something you take for granted. Just small things like that. And let's see. Definitely miss working. And people that think I'm crazy for saying that, don't take advantage of your situation or take it for granted. Obviously, with the economy the way it is, there are millions of people without jobs right now. And if you have one, just be lucky and thankful, or not be lucky, be thankful that you have one, because there's many people out there that would, I'm sure, happily take your job regardless of what it is. I would work anywhere if I had the ability to walk and move like I used to be able to. I would happily work anywhere you could list just to be able to do so. So just be thankful that you're able to move, you're able to go to work, make a decent living, and have that ability. I think that's important, and so many people take that for granted. You know, you always see, like on Facebook, like, yay, it's Friday, so happy, whatever. And then Sunday night, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe the weekend's over already. Mondays suck. Like, seriously? I mean, I don't ask for sympathy on my behalf, but not only can I not work, like I said earlier, there's millions of people that have no jobs. So, just enjoy going to work. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but if you're able to find some aspect of your day that you enjoy, worry about that rather than they have to sit there for 8 hours. Because quite honestly, I don't feel that bad for you. Actually, I don't feel bad for you at all. Get over it. Enjoy life. Make the best out of it. If you don't like work, find something about work that you can start to like and work on that. Stop being so negative. You know, I was like that. It's hard for... I understand what people are coming from because I would get upset when the weekends were over too, but I love my job, so going to work after a weekend wasn't that big of a deal, but I understand where you're coming from when you say that stuff, but just think about it. There's a lot of unfortunate families and people and just they can't even put food on their table or can't pay their heating bill or put gas in their car or anything like that, and just for you to complain about the weekend's over is ridiculous. But I guess it's human nature to do that kind of stuff, to find the negatives. I think that was 5, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Things I hate the most. Well, I started riding bike right before my accident. I would do 10 miles. There for a while it seemed like it was every day, every other day. And then I met my girlfriend at the time, so I started slacking off, and it's not her fault, but I just chose to see her rather than ride bike. But when I would do it, I loved it. And I would just go on the trail. I wouldn't ride on the streets or anything, but there's a trail nearby my house and it's beautiful, and I definitely hate the fact that I can't do that and that I can't exercise, which I was never into before, but now that I'm in this situation, I wish I could, big time. I'd love to try to run, because I was never one for running, but just get in shape, not get buff and big, but just to tone down, and I don't know. I just have interest in that now that I can't do it, which I guess hindsight's 2020, you know. You always want to be able to do stuff after it's too late, so maybe one day, who knows. But I think that's good for now. I mean, there's a lot of things, I can't even say I hate them. I'm past the angry, bitter stage of this whole thing, I believe. So it's not so much that I hate things that I can't do, it's regrets of things maybe I took for granted beforehand, and disappointment of things I can't do. That's it. I mean, I can't say I hate anything. You can't. I mean, I don't want to be a negative person, you know? Even though I am sometimes, but it's hard. But you gotta stay positive and enjoy what you have. Even if it's little things, gotta grasp them and hold on to it, so. Alright, thanks for the question. Mouse grid. 8, 6, 2, 3, click.